and welcome to Real Talk Extra Real Episode 2. This is where we do a little podcast, so you'll be able to see it online as well as on the radio, broadcasting on Tuesday mornings. So welcome, Real Talk as usual, but we are actually talking about Doctor Who today, and the good, the bad, the ugly, the monsters, the writing, all of it. So I'm here with Adam.
Hello.
And Richard.
Hello there.
Former presenter last year. So hello again, Richard. You are appearing on our podcasts.
Yeah, it's a regular thing, isn't it?
It's becoming a regular thing now, but I'm not complaining because it's really
I enjoy
fun.
it. It's fun doing pre-recorded stuff.
So
It
if
is
you
great.
like this, then let us know. If you don't, let us know. Constructive criticism. And if there's anything you want us to do a specific episode on or would be interested in hearing about, then let us know. Clickteaside.com. You can email us, message on Facebook, tweet us. Yeah, loads of different ways to get interactive. So, Doctor Who, guys. Just as a start-off question, what got you into Doctor Who?
Oh God, where do you begin? Well, basically, I remember. Oh, it would be 10 years ago now when Doctor Who was proper hyped up. It was like David Tennant, and it was John Sim as the Master.
Oh
and
yeah.
I used to watch CBBC, and they used to do something like Doctor Who Extra or something.
I forgot about that.
And I watched an episode of it, and I thought this show looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I watched Doctor Who series 3 or something, and I was like, whoa, I'm hooked.
Ah.
That is how I started.
Adam?
I think my sister watched it, like the Christopher Eccleston series, and I was like, I'm not interested really. I'm like, yeah, you should give it a go. So I started watching, and I thought, oh, that's okay. He's all right. And then when I switched to David Tennant, I was more interested, and I was like, oh, I really like him. He's really good at this.
Oh, fair enough.
And so I got into like all the baddies and stuff, and the past characters and all that.
Yeah. Well, I got into it when it came back on, Christopher Eccleston and Russell T Davies writing.
Yep.
I remember it coming back on the BBC and my dad going, "You like this, Rebecca? I used to like it when I was a kid." And there was all the hype around it because all my family members were like, "Oh, you'd be hiding behind the sofa. It's really scary, but you'll love it. It's definitely your kind of thing." I remember watching it, and I watched it from when Eccleston started, and I've loved it ever since.
Were you actually hiding behind the sofa?
No, I can't get behind my sofa, so I used to sit
If
with
I could.
big pillow, a big pillow on my lap, so I could hide behind it when the monsters got a bit too scary. So going on from how we got into Doctor who is your favourite Doctor? Because this is a controversial question. No matter, they call themselves Whovians, and I like to consider myself a Whovian. The fandom of Doctor Who. It's a very highly debated subject, but who is your favourite Doctor or your favourite incarnation of the Doctor?
Ooh, Doctor Who, definitely David Tennant. Obviously,
Good man.
it's got to be that one, isn't
So are
it?
you going with David Tennant as well, Adam?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so why?
Well, I think he was just so suited to the role of the Doctor. Everything he did. I mean, he loved playing Doctor Who, and you could tell in his performance he loved every part of it. And when I see him in things now, what was it, Broadchurch he was in?
Yeah.
I just want him to like jump up and start pushing buttons and saying, "I'm going to solve this." It's David Tennant is so good. Like,
Shout Allons-y and run away.
yeah, Allons-y.
Oh, good times. Adam, what
Yeah.
do you like about him? He's your favourite Doctor as well, isn't he?
Well, I watched him the most as a child. Like, I got in Doctor Who watching him.
Yeah.
And like, it's his love of the character and the show. Like, he's such a massive fan of the show. But like, I can imagine when he got off the job, he was like jumping up and down, like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I always found that really cute. You can see I think he wrote a letter to the BBC when he was younger, when Doctor Who used to be on.
Yeah.
And you can see that, and I think that's just adorable.
Yes. Little known fact though, I'm pretty sure Peter Capaldi was head of like some sort of Doctor Who fan society in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
I
heard
think he
that.
was.
Great.
Yeah, I think he was. Well, I have a really hard time choosing who my favourite Doctor is because I love Eccleston because he is my first Doctor. Tennant, obviously, he did so many series, so many episodes, and he was fantastic. But I also really, really love Matt Smith because I think when David Tennant left, it was a worrying time.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know obviously who was going to replace him as the Doctor. But I just remember watching the first episode with Matt Smith and just thinking, oh, thank goodness they've got someone who knows what they're doing. Like everyone was complaining he was too young.
Yeah.
He was inexperienced. He maybe wasn't a fan of Doctor Who, but he really did take the character and make it his own.
At the time, I didn't like him at the time, and I didn't think he was going to be good in the role, because I remember seeing an interview with him in the Radio Times or something, and he said he's never watched the show before.
But then neither would Catherine Tate, and she was a sidekick.
She wasn't she wasn't the Doctor.
Yeah, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't the Doctor.
She wasn't the character that the show is named after.
No, see the thing, Matt Smith. I want to say Matt Smith's my favourite Doctor, but I honestly can't make a definite choice, because I think as much as I like Matt Smith as a Doctor, I think some of the episodes that were written for him weren't the best.
Yes.
Whereas I think definitely Eccleston and Tennant got the kind of cream of the crop with the episodes.
I have a particular hatred for Series 6 of Doctor Who. What were they doing with that? There was like the silence, and then there was like this pyramid, but I
found that quite interesting. And at the time, I was very much obsessed with it. Like, I could watch it over and over and over again. And so, through the many watches I had of that series, I got what was happening.
Yeah,
but I can imagine why, like, a less involved viewer would be frustrated with the complexity of the narratives.
Yeah, I've only watched them once, but then someone told me it's like you have to watch them all to get the entire narrative, and I'm like, I still don't want to go back and watch them. They're just bad.
Yeah.
No. So we've got another question with this. Where do we think it went wrong?
Oh, well. Oh.
And where do we think it went wrong? And do we still watch it like we used to? Because I know that I definitely don't watch it like I used to watch it. Maybe it's I don't know whether it's because I'm obviously older, but I think for me it went wrong when Matt Smith left.
Yeah.
I think as much as I love Stephen Moffat's writing for some episodes, as the head writer, I think he got a little bit too big for his boots.
Oh yes, definitely.
Personally,
I think where it went wrong for me, it's definitely easy to pinpoint. It's when Tennant left and Matt Smith came in, and Russell T left as well, and they brought what's his face, Stephen Moffat as head writer.
Yeah.
I just think Series 5 was okay, except for the entire thing about rebooting the universe, and then Series 6 was awful. Series 7 was okay, but now the writing for Capaldi is just so bad. It's just honestly.
So do you think it's more down to the actual writing than the characters playing Doctor Who?
Yes, because Capaldi's a great actor. I've seen him in the thick of it.
Thank you.
But it's just he's given the worst scripts to go through. And I saw one where it was like the Zygon invasion, and he did this big anti-war speech, and it was so good, so well acted. And I was like, we need more scenes like that with Capaldi.
What did you think of his like last speech when he regenerated?
Oh, well, I do like Capaldi's speeches, but that one just dragged on. I was thinking, God, just regenerate already.
Get on with it, man. Come on.
So do you still watch it like you used to watch it?
Yes, I still religiously watch it.
So like on a Saturday night when it's on, you'll sit down in front of the TV.
I'll sit down, I'll tell Mum, Doctor Who's on. Okay, I'm not that bothered, Richard. But I'll watch it anyway.
Yeah. What about you, Adam?
My viewing habits have changed for the show. Like when I watched it when Tennant was on, I would I remember go to my auntie and uncle's like barbecue on like a Saturday night, and I'm like, all right, Doctor's on 20 minutes, I'm just gonna hurry up. I need to.
Yeah, can we get home now?
Can you put on TV? Like, will I miss it or not? Like, it's on.
Yeah.
I can watch it.
Oh.
And then when Richard said about Matt Smith not being not caring as much about not watching the show, I was like, I'm not watching this guy. He's no thanks.
He's not a true Whovian.
No, he's not into it at all. He's just some young lad who's been given the role who doesn't really cherish it like David Tennant did. Yeah. And then I watched like an episode on like iTunes or whatever, and like, oh, that was really good. I should watch the first series again. Oh right, it's actually really good. This is actually really good.
Yeah.
Episodes. So I watched the last season of him, Matt Smith, on TV, like every week, and then I saw the first few of Peter Capaldi's episodes, and I was so bored and lost.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I'm like, no.
See, I remember it was on during the summer, and I used to play outside a lot as a kid. And obviously during the summer, it gets a lot lighter on an evening, and Doctor Who would be on 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
And I'd be playing out until that time, and it would be Mum shouting me in, not because, it was getting too late, but Doctor Who was on, and it was like all the kids down the block that I live on were all like, oh my God, we've got to run in and what Doctor Who was on. So we'd go and watch Doctor Who, and then we'd spend the next morning talking about what happened and like reenacting the scenes and things like that. And which is very sad, but I was very young at the time, okay.
That's great. That sounds great.
I remember, I think I'd been outside and I'd been playing in the mud, and I had to go for a shower before I was allowed to sit and watch Doctor Who, and I missed the first half of an episode, and I was gutted. It was, I was so annoyed. But I had the magazine. I had the sonic screwdrivers.
The Doctor Who Adventure.
I had a
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a sonic screwdriver, which was like, it was a what's that ink called? Special ink.
Oh,
you're right.
invisible ink.
And then you have to shine the light in it to see it.
Oh, I had one of those.
So
Was it Tens?
Yes.
Yeah, I had that one as well. That was brilliant. And you could like interchange the nib, so it was a normal pen, it was invisible ink.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah, it holds a dear place in my heart. But now I think it does not have the, I want to sit down on a Saturday night and watch it. I think in general our changing our habits of watching things or consuming content has changed dramatically. The whole idea of like binge watching a series, but there are series that I will still sit down on an evening and watch, like Call the Midwife. I know it's very different, but every Sunday night that's on, I will sit down on a Sunday night and I'll watch it. And if I don't watch it, I'll make sure I catch up. Whereas Doctor Who, I remember when Peter Capaldi first started, I'd maybe just tape them. That's an old phrase, tape. I'd record them. I'd catch up on BBC iPlayer, but I'd never, I don't know, they just didn't hold my imagination like they used to.
I was just really sad, and I just used to watch it with the hope maybe this week it'll be good.
Yeah, see,
maybe,
I watched 3 episodes of Capaldi and thought, I watched the first episode and I was like, that was so cheesy, but it's okay, it was the first episode. Like, I like him as an actor, I like him as the Doctor. The writing, it'll improve.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Oh, how wrong you were.
It didn't. I mean, it got to the point where I would watch the first episode of like a 2-parter and then not want to watch the second part, which for me is where I lost interest.
Yeah.
Because I think if my imagination can't be held to want to just click onto the next episode to find out what happens, then it's not necessarily as good as it used to be.
I think a lot of people were like that, because there's one of Capaldi's series, I think it's like series 9, every episode, well, it's all 2-parters.
Yeah.
And then series 10 there's no 2-parters at all. So I think the ratings go down with 2 parts.
Can I just make it a 2-hour episode each week?
Yeah, I don't mind 2-parters, but 2-parters at the beginning of the series or at the end of the series.
2-parters when we're not like every week it's 2-part.
Yeah, because if every week's a 2-part and every week's left on a cliffhanger, it gets quite. I think it drags after a while.
Yeah, it's not like.
You think you're not watching the end. You're not looking at your watch thinking, "Oh my God, it's only got 10 minutes left. How's it going to be resolved?"
No.
You're thinking, "I'm going to have to wait till next week to watch the next episode and find out what happens."
Yeah, and you can usually guess what happens. The Doctor saves the day.
Yeah, because I mean, yes, it's a format that we all know will happen. It's something we know will happen. Much in the same way when we watch, I guess Marvel movies or superhero movies in general. Like, hero will always prevail. But I think it's it's a struggle that we want to watch.
Yeah.
As dark as that sounds. But I think when you stretch it over 2 episodes, it gets to be quite tedious, I think, after a while.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of 2-parters that are really good. Like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Tennant one with the Oods.
The
big monster
where he fights the devil. And
that was the episode in summer, and I was like, it's on 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss it.
You're gonna miss an episode. I love it.
That 2-parter with the empty child.
That right?
That scared me. I never watched the second part.
Which one was that?
10 years
the
later.
Empty child. I was saying when I got all muddy when I was playing outside, so I had to go for a shower before I was allowed to sit and watch Doctor Who. That was the episode I missed the start of. So I came down and I was sat, and it was the bit where he's like looking through the letterbox.
Yeah, he's putting his hand through.
I put his hand through, and it's like, "Hey, my mummy," and I sat down and watched it. I went, I don't like it, Dad. And he went, well, don't watch it then. And I didn't watch it that week. I was gutted I'd missed the first part of the episode because it was so scary.
That is terrifying.
I didn't watch it. And do you know what? I still, to this day, have a fear of gas masks.
You know what? I was just about to say that as well. That is Doctor Who.
But your dad doesn't own a military surplus supply store that sells old gas masks. So he decided to bring one home one day and leave it in the bathroom for me to find.
What a great man.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I'm surprised he didn't come into your room and start saying the quotes. Are you my mummy? That would be...
Going to Eden Camp, which for those of you who don't know, is where an army base used to be, and it tells the story of like the Second World War. And so you can walk through in it, like you walk through like the Blitz, for example, and there's gas masks everywhere. I mean, even modern day gas masks. Like, still.
They're not as scary.
They're not as scary, but oh my God.
Go on, Richard.
I was just going to say, it's just that scene where you see the guy changing into one of the zombies, and it's like,
that's the worst
my
thing.
God,
It is.
Nightmares.
Has Doctor Who gotten scarier since Tennant left?
No,
it's got less scary.
I think it's gotten more, like, there was stuff like in Tennant's era which wasn't really scary. It was more like, it was just...
I think...
Can I just make one point?
Go on,
Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
No, the Vashta Narada.
That's true.
You see, the Weeping Angels, I don't find scary at all.
What? No, you see, gas masks is fear from Doctor Who, but also so is the dark. Yeah?
Yes.
And I was already scared of the dark, and there's episodes of Doctor Who that play upon the idea of being scared of the dark. And for me, love it, but so scared.
Yeah.
I
mean, I think, like, the Weeping Angels were... They were jumpy, but they weren't like scary. Like, I think there's more episodes now where it's sort of, it fits in like the horror category. It's not like...
Yeah, I don't know, I think there was darker episodes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I mean, there was one like in Tennant's era where the Olympics were on in 2012, and like the child was like drawing people,
oh,
and they would vanish.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a monster. And
do you know what?
like
I think the idea of... I think definitely the scariest era for me was Tennant's era. Like, the scariest episode for me was definitely The Empty Child, followed quite closely by The Weeping Angels. But I think, I don't know whether it's because Tennant was Doctor for so long, but there's more scary episodes in that. I think it just hints to the idea of being scary. I think The Girl in the Fireplace is one episode with the clocks. Yes. And it's like, well, we can hear ticking, but the clocks in the room have stopped. I'm sorry, but clocks stop, like, moving, but still tick. Scares me to death.
No, that was like animatronic.
Yeah. That was scary. But then in that same episode, they're on, like, the ship, and I can't remember who it is it's with them. I think it's Mickey. Possibly. Yeah, it's
Mickey and Rose.
Mickey and Rose. And I think Rose walks on and goes, it smells like, Sunday dinner in here, and it turns out it's like the bodies burning human flesh.
Yeah, because the robots needed to fix the ship, and they needed to find
it's not
humans.
Necessarily implied. It's not necessarily like, we've got burning human flesh. It's like, it's very, very skillfully, subtly hinted at, and I think that's really scary. Also, automatons.
Have you seen this yet?
What is it?
It was news recently. Billie Piper, she posted a thing on Snapchat.
Yeah.
It was like it was a sort of behind the scenes thing. It says Billie Piper has news, and the Snapchat like text says, what could it be? Smiley face, sort of like a, what face?
Like
a side eye face.
Like a.
And a rose emoji.
Like a wink face.
Like a mischievous, like, not quite a wink, but like a, I know something you don't.
And then there's a rose emoji at the end, and everyone's like, what?
No.
Because she came back for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, she did.
Do you think she's coming back?
I think it's a possibility. I don't see why they couldn't.
No, she's sealed off in a parallel universe. Can't happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe she could be a clone or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. They'll find a way.
So, I'm going to skip ahead in these questions here, Adam, because I just feel like they smoothly smooth along.
Yeah.
So, speaking of scary Doctor Who episodes, which is your favourite or most scariest villain?
I was going to ask this, actually.
Oh,
Sidemen.
Oh, classic.
Which people say aren't scary, but very, very terrifying. Like there's a scene in this episode in Tennant Era where
I know
the
what you're
doctor
gonna say
and
here.
the woman they're down underground walking through a tunnel, and there's like
I know which
turned
one
off
you
sidemen
mean. I know
all
which
on
one
the
you
side,
mean.
and it's so compacted, like they're all turned off. And when it's at 10, then it's like, oh, God, I would just panic. And
Oh,
Yeah.
what
I
about the
couldn't-
scene where they're converting
do
all
that.
the humans and they get
Oh,
this giant
yeah.
buzzsaw
The
and you can
factory.
hear everyone screaming as the brains are being removed? That's like, oh
See,
God,
when you
that's so
say it in
dark.
that, when you say it like that, it's really dark.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
so
scary. But
But that's what a
goodness me.
Cyberman is. They just take
Oh yeah.
your brain and put it in a cyber suit. I think this. Yeah, I'd agree with Adam. The Cybermen.
it's a false like.
Are they definitely they're definitely the scariest
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, because it's like it's
for-
not known. Like, are you
Yeah.
awake? Are you? It's
For
terrifying.
me, I think the Daleks are the least scary. Probably they just
Exterminate.
Can't go upstairs. We
Yeah.
had that one
Yeah,
time
but
when we're like,
they went
aha.
past that, and it was like, aha, we now can
we
float.
Can fly.
I remember my dad going, "They don't do that. They're beaten by stairs." And I was
Run
like,
up the TV.
Dad, I was like, no, they can now go upstairs. So, what other villains did you find particularly scary? What else spooked you?
I remember there was an episode. Oh well, the Empty Child, obviously, but
Yeah.
I remember the one. There's like this villain called the Absorbaloff. It was just.
Oh,
the
is that
fact-
one with like? It's not Peter Kay.
I was,
Yeah,
I was,
is
laughing,
it
I was
Peter
laughing
Kay?
at there. I was
Kay.
like, oh, I don't know if Peter Kay. It was like a pavement or whatever.
Do you know what that one is actually really scary? And do you know why it's scary for me?
Why is that?
Because it was really clever because it wasn't told from the Doctor's perspective. It was told from
Yes, it was like-
the guy's perspective. And Doctor only came in at the end.
Oh God! Oh,
Adam just pulled up the picture. I always think it looks like Peter Kay,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
I think it's not Peter Kay, and then it is.
doesn't she go like get like?
Yeah, Morning
yeah.
Myrtle.
She has to put on the pavement, doesn't
Yeah, she turns
Yeah, and
into
then
a paving
slab.
slab.
It's so weird, but it's
Oh,
so
God.
brilliant. Love and Monsters. That's what the episode's called.
she? New wallpaper.
I mean,
right there.
I know a lot of people don't like that episode, but the villain was designed by some school kids. So whoever came up with that,
monsters.
Oh yeah.
Scary mind. What else do you find scary? Oh, the Sardine. I forgot about the Sardine. They were always freaky.
Oh my
They,
God.
they were scary, but now I watch them now and I just think that they're a bit comical.
Yeah, they
really.
are quite comical.
Yeah,
That is terrifying. I'm looking at more pictures. Yeah, what was it? The Absolver.
Absorbaloff.
Absolver.
Oh, brilliant.
Horrifying.
What else do you find scary? Come on, I'm intrigued. Oh, your favourite. What was your favourite monster?
Oh.
Favourite or scariest monster?
Well,
Oh,
I'd say my favourite would be the Cybermen. I don't know why. I just like them.
you just like so they're the scariest and
Well, I like how
the best.
they evolve, like especially in the newer episode. If you've seen the end of series 10, the Cybermen start off as the 1960s Cybermen, then end up as the like modern day Cybermen.
yeah. I'm gesturing to Adam. You're in 11's
That-
era
that-
there.
that
You
was
need to go
scary.
further. Oh, the gangers. Oh, that episode where they fall into
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
I
the-
remember.
Oh, where they had the flesh and
they
Yeah.
fall into the flesh and like create like characters out of them. Oh no, go down,
What
go
was-
down.
I didn't find
The
that
flood. The episode where they're on the Mars and they find the waters of Mars.
Oh my yes!
I couldn't go for a shower after that. I was like, you know what? I'm not going for a shower. I'm just going to bed. I was like, I don't want to touch water.
That was quite a scary episode.
It was a scary episode. Oh, this is bringing back so many childhood
I'm
memories.
trying to find that like skin. It was like a skin thing. I don't know what that was called.
Oh, Cassandra.
Cassandra.
Yeah,
You go in. It goes in chronological era. So go down.
I thought it was 10.
Go down. Yeah. So but you're back in like.
But yeah,
there's the start of 10.
I couldn't see it.
No, she appears in
Cassandra's-
like the 9th Doctor's episode because she tries
Yeah,
to
he's right.
burn everyone, doesn't she?
Yeah, but you've gone way back there, Adam.
Where you see his numbers?
Well, they're not. It's just they're not in. Like I don't know who the broad are because I've
It
not seen
seems
those
like they have
episodes.
accessed the Doctor Who database here.
Yeah, we have. And we've got a list of monsters. Just scroll down and I'll tell you when.
I tried typing in Cassandra and it was like, no, nothing can be found.
To be fair, she's not in much of it. Go.
Yeah, but neither have it.
Yeah. See that one, the Tree of Chem. She's not technically a monster. Well, Cassandra's technically a human anyway. So there you're going through 9 and 10's episodes.
And I'm
you.
pretty sure that Cassandra turns good in the end or something.
I can't
or
remember.
or the Doctor forgives her or something.
Moisturize me.
Yes.
scary. Oh, see the Weeping Angels.
I think that should be on my list.
Yeah, I think Weeping Angels are on the list. And the other things that I put down, Empty Child, Weeping Angel, Piranhas in the Dark, which I now remember are called Vashti Narada.
Yes.
The episode with the libraries and the first time we see River Song. Oh, that was scary because I do not like the dark and it scared me.
You know,
and it was mean.
I watched that episode recently knowing the full story of River Song, and it all makes sense now.
It does. Hats off to Moffat, it does make sense in the end.
Yeah,
so
finally, after 5 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe is it 10? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it took him a long time to sort all that story out.
I think the scariest thing to me when it was quite played with your mind. Like, remember the Silence in the Library, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And it was like, I can't see. Why have the lights gone out? And it was like the darkness overtaking them. And,
yeah,
still gives me shivers. I can't watch it. It still scares me.
Yeah, so the spacesuit they're in still allows them to talk even though they're dead.
Yeah, because they're like, the conscience is still trapped in. That is just petrifying.
I used to find it weird when it was like, what was it, 1,000 people saved, no survivors, and they'd been saved to like a database. And it's like, whoa.
Because Catherine Tate's character gets trapped in it, doesn't she? She falls in love.
Yeah.
That was so good. See, that was like extremely clever.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know what else was really, really clever? Now, this is one of my favourite episodes. It's called Midnight, where they're on the Crystal Planet, and David Tennant's like, I want to go on this like tour of the planet, and Catherine Tate's character is like, no, I'm just gonna stay here and chill. And so he goes by himself, and they're all in this like
a huge
train thingy.
Yeah.
Like train carriage, and there's like so many other different characters, and they get stuck, and there's something outside, and it's like the tension in it because the monster like goes into the mine, and so they repeat everything everybody says, and it's really creepy. And it also has another one of my favourite actors in it, who's called Colin Morgan
from Merlin.
Yeah. I love Merlin. It's taking me back to my childhood. I want to watch
that
all
was
these
a great
again.
episode because it was like even the Doctor was, because the Doctor knows what everything is. He's the cleverest man ever, and he doesn't know who the monster is, and he gets possessed by it, and it's like, whoa, the Doctor is
And I
weak.
think in the end it was more about the whole idea of human compassion and motives, because someone were like, chuck him outside, he'll burn outside, so we'll be safe. And I think the thing that got me with that episode was that it wasn't the Doctor that saved them. It was like the unnamed hostess almost that sacrificed
And
herself for it.
David Tennant's acting in that is just superb.
David Tennant acting in everything is brilliant.
Ever seen my new trailer? It's a new film he's in. He's like a baddie in it. It's very like.
I've not seen
baddie. The only thing I've seen him in a baddie in is Harry Potter.
Yeah,
he was good in that.
Oh yeah. So I was going to say, Torchwood, because Doctor Who was quite dark, but Torchwood was next level.
I haven't really seen many episodes. No. I just think it's a bit like the X-Files, isn't it? Sort of.
I mean, kind
but in Cardiff.
of, because they know that there's definitely aliens out there.
Yeah.
Because it's Captain Jack, so he's like, there's aliens out there. We'll put a team together in Cardiff and save the Earth when the Doctor can't turn up.
Where should we go? Cardiff.
I liked it.
Yeah. Well, Cardiff is because there's a big rift in time and space there.
Yeah.
Of all the places.
Of all the places.
It's also where the production company's based. What?
Low costs.
I really liked it. Do you guys ever actually watch any episodes?
Nope. Never watched Torchwood.
I watched one where they were like stealing children or something.
You watched one of the finale episodes almost.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. I think I didn't watch the end of one because it scared me so much.
How many?
Day of the Earth or something like that.
Yeah.
How many years did Torchwood go on for?
I think I didn't watch it when it came out at the time. I had a friend who had the box set. My dad watched it and he was like, "No, Becky, you won't like it. It's too scary for you." And it was also much more adult themes.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who had the box set, so I watched their box set, and it kind of is like the X-Files, but the X-Files creeped me out too much, whereas Torchwood was like, it was like Doctor Who in the fact that you kind of knew that at the end of the day it would be okay.
Yeah.
Because like Captain Jack knew what he was doing, and he had like the intelligence,
And he was invincible.
and he was invincible. He couldn't die, so you were like, you'd never worried about Captain Jack being killed off. The other characters, you were like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
so worried.
I saw one episode and I liked it. Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, see, there's a couple of episodes that are adult themed. I won't explain them on air. Well, it's one of them on air.
It's
But
not appropriate.
it's not appropriate to speak on
Ooh.
on air, but I'll tell you guys afterwards. But there's one episode that really stuck out to me. I remember I was binge watching it, as you do, and it was an episode, and they were called out to this remote farm somewhere in Wales, and they were like, people are being eaten. The bodies are being hung up, and they're being preserved, and they're being eaten. We don't know what to do with it. So they were like, well, we can't find any trace of aliens. We can't see any, there was nothing to indicate aliens. They're like, well, who is doing this? And
it
at the
turns out-
end of the episode, which is like an hour long, it turned out it was just the humans that lived on the farm were cannibals.
I
And
thought- I
throughout
knew
the
it.
entire thing, I was sat there going, it's fine. And they ended up just leaving. Like, they can't do anything. They can't
Well, it's not
kill
like,
these people.
they live in this planet where it's nothing to do with it. It's called police. So,
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, well, we can't do anything about it because this isn't an alien problem. It
not
turns
our-
out it's just a bunch of cannibals living in Wales.
Yeah.
And that really freaked me out. And I think it just did a lot.
Yeah, 'cause
It
they
did a
could-
lot that Doctor Who couldn't do.
It is
Yeah.
plausible that there could be cannibals living in Wales.
In
you never
Wales.
know.
Oh.
Which they could be living anywhere.
Yeah.
But I think that was the thing that
Time
scared me the
rifts,
most.
cannibals.
Yeah.
What hasn't Wales got?
The sheep.
Aha.
So speaking of like Doctor Who spin-offs, what about the Sarah Jane adventures?
I've watched
I
that.
used to watch it every day not every day, every time it was on when I came home from school, and I was like, this is great. And then I caught a bit like a few years ago, and I thought, why did I think that's great? It's the cheesiest thing I've ever seen.
Well, it was for
I know
the
it's saying for kids,
CBBC.
but yeah, and
was-
I've probably grown out of it. But honestly, when I was younger and when I watched it, it was good. That's what I have to say about it.
2007.
I liked it.
You know.
I liked it when it came out because at that time, I was still deep in my Doctor Who obsession, but it wasn't quite. I think it came out when Doctor Who wasn't on, so for me it was like my Doctor Who fix without watching Doctor Who, and I'd never really watched any of the old Doctor Who, so I don't really know who Sarah Jane was, but you got her background. David Tennant appeared in it at one point. It was just about a group
Yeah.
of school kids. David Tennant does turn up in it, and he helps. I think Sarah Jane gets married, and he turns up to her wedding, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You're great," and she's got K9.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it was. I think for me, I loved it.
I think it really did complement Doctor Who really well at the time, and Matt Smith was in it as well.
Was he?
Yeah, it was like some weird episode where these like I remember it well because the alien creatures looked really weird. They were like some like vultures vulture race had said the Doctor's dead and all his companions must meet, and they wanted.
Are you sure
to
that wasn't Matt?
kill-
Are you sure that wasn't David Tennant's episode?
No, David Tennant's one was when
Was that the
she
wedding?
she was
Yeah.
getting married, and it was all like a fix or something.
Oh, Adams has pulled it up on.
It's called The Death of the Doctor. Death-
Oh no, I do remember which one you're on about. Yeah, yes, because it had all the old companions
Yeah.
in, and it was just lovely.
You'll
And-
never get.
No, there he is.
Oh yeah, I see. I forgot about that.
So what? Well, because it said the show on IMDb, according to IMDb.
Yeah.
The show ran from 2007 to 2011. So
Yeah.
he must have been in it.
Yeah, that would have been right. That would have been
That
right.
must have been in his first series. I mean, sadly, Sarah Jane, well, Elizabeth Sladen passed away, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, which was sad.
Is
I
she-
do remember that episode now, yeah, because it was quite early on into Matt Smith's
Yeah.
time as the Doctor.
And I still didn't like him at the time, so
I liked him.
I was like, oh, the Doctor's dead, thank God. Let's bring David Tennant back.
Favourite episode?
Favourite episode ever?
Yes. Favourite episode ever.
What? Oh, that is so hard. But I'd have to say probably Blink.
Nice. I like that. Why?
It just everything about it is good. Like from the plot, the acting, the everything. Like the fact that the Doctor hides himself on DVD Easter eggs.
Oh, I love it.
And he puts it. This guy in the tech shop puts it all together. It's just it's so good.
I think there's a wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yes.
I think at one point I knew the whole speech.
That conversation he has, and she's having the conversation with him, and he's writing it down. That is the best Doctor Who moment ever. It's like, how do you know I'm saying this 40 years before I've even said it? Oh, look to your left. It's like, whoa.
It is. I like that. At that point, Stephen Moffat's writing is like beautiful.
It was great.
Absolute peak writing.
That's why we all wanted him to be head writer, and he disappointed us.
He did that with Sherlock as well.
Oh god,
Yeah.
Sherlock started off really
Sherlock
strong,
is
and
off the rails now.
I didn't watch the last episode.
Is it still about Sherlock Holmes, or is it? It's
I don't
like become a bit like Doctor Who, and Doctor Who's become a bit like Sherlock. I think he's got a bit confused in
I
his
don't
writing
know.
style.
All I know
hasn't
is
he?
that it went down in time.
Yeah. What?
Here we go. I've pulled up the first sentence and I remember it off the top of my head. People assume that time is a strict regression from cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective point of view, it's more like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. I knew that off I had to read it then, but I knew it off the top of my head at one point.
That sentence got away from you there. Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, so that's definitely your favourite episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Adam, what's your favourite episode?
Mine's two part. I think it's the one where Rose Tyler leaves. She like gets like when the Daleks on the side.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like the time parting and she's on the beach.
Yeah.
And Bad Wolf and so many feels. Heartbroken. I remember that. I've asked you guys the question and I can't think of my answer. My favourite episode.
Well, you said you preferred Matt Smith's episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Controversial.
No, you said you preferred. Where? What did you say?
Well,
she said she preferred Matt Smith as
I
the
preferred
Doctor.
Matt Smith as a
so-
doctor, I think, but I think David Tennant's episode were better.
Yeah.
Overall, there were some dire episodes, but the ratio of bad to good was less in Tennant's era. Does that make sense?
It was
Yeah.
like 10 to 1. 13 to 1 maybe.
Yeah, like if Matt Smith had like say 20 episodes, there would maybe be like 7 good ones, 13 bad ones.
Yeah.
But if David Tennant had 20 episodes, there'd maybe be 17 good ones and 3 bad ones.
Yeah.
That kind of, I mean, that's completely just off the top of my head, but that kind of like ratio. So, I don't know.
I mean,
See, for me now, my favourite episodes are the ones that are written really cleverly. But when I was younger, watching them for the first time, I don't know. I've confused myself. See, like I want to say now, like my favourite episodes are the ones that scare me the most because that's the best bits of writing.
Yeah.
because that's what Doctor Who should do.
Honestly, I think, I think it was one with Amy and Matt Smith. 11 and Amy goes blind, and she's got to trust. Matt Smith, because of the crack in the wall of time, and all to do with little Amelia Pond. I loved that kind of. Amelia waited for him, the Doctor, to come back, and I think it's the first couple of episodes of Matt Smith that I particularly like when they're in the hospital and things like that.
Yeah.
But just while I've just something popped into my head on the subject of good writing. Do you remember there's an episode, Tennant's era, where he has to put a gas mask on?
Yes.
And he says, "Are you my mummy?" I remember watching that and I was like, they made reference to the old suit. I love that so much.
I'm just going to say the most underrated episode ever is one called The Unicorn and the Wasp, where
Agatha Christie.
Yeah, and in the
forgot about
script,
that.
they reference every single Agatha Christie book in the script. It's great. Like,
that's very clever.
Someone pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like it just flows so well as well.
Yeah.
I just saw the episode. I always see the clip from the Van Gogh episode.
The Van Gogh episode.
I always see that end clip on
At
Reddit
the
all
ends
the
of
time.
it, it is
that's
great.
true.
That's great.
That is really, really good. That's a very, very sad episode,
Yeah.
but very, very interesting. What's another episode I thought off the top of my head? There was another. It was actually, because you don't really mention many of Eccleston's episodes.
No.
But I think.
Oh, that I remember one of Eccleston's episodes that was scary was the one with the weakest link, and you got exterminated.
Oh my That was brilliant. I think the best one for Eccleston had to be The Empty Child, because it was so brilliant. Like,
definitely.
this time everybody lives. Like, just for once, everyone lives.
Yeah.
And it was so beautiful. I never watched it at the time, but watching it back, I thought that's definitely one of his best episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get Jack. You introduced Jack in it as well. You know, him and Rose dance on a is it,
On
what
an
they're called?
airship or something.
Yeah, the airship
Yeah.
thing over London as it gets bombed, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think we should talk about the big elephant in the room. That
Which
is
one?
The future of Doctor Who.
Ooh.
That is
Well,
something that is very controversial.
the future of
woman. Doctor Who.
The future of Doctor Who really started with the Christmas special that's just been on, hasn't it?
Yes.
Now, I will put my hands up and say that I fully intended to watch the episode before we recorded this podcast, but I didn't.
It's not iPlayer, is it? Which
I don't think
daft.
so.
Like, for the BBC only put the certain shows on iPlayer.
Yeah.
So
There we go, there's my reason.
You make the show.
I didn't watch it because it wasn't on iPlayer.
Well, I watched all of it, and I have to say, I want an hour of my life back.
Yeah, see, I felt like that with Sherlock. It's dedicated an hour and a half. I thought I could have watched film during that hour and a half episode. That was terrible.
I watched
Yeah.
the first. I was like, because it's the last episode of his. I'll watch it. I'll watch the first 10 minutes of it. I was so confused and bored. I stopped watching.
See, I fully intended to sit down Christmas Day and watch it, because since I can remember, that has been a tradition. Sitting down, watching Doctor Who on
Yes.
Christmas Day with a box of chocolates, because you're still so full from your dinner. You watch it.
Yeah.
But
That was like a tradition.
yeah, I think
And it's
now
not anymore.
my little brother's not into it. I won't say I've grown out of it, because I still love it as a series. But I just thought I'd rather go and watch How to Train Your Dragon
Yeah.
on my new TV, so I did. I went and watched a different different film.
What I
So-
say is the last 7 years of Doctor Who Christmas specials have been awful. The best ever one was the one where it was like a two-parter and David Tennant regenerated. That was the best Christmas. Or the
yeah.
one where they're in the Titanic in space. That was
with
great as well.
See,
It's
I
not
was.
What's her name?
I think they were always quite disappointing.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say Madonna. It's not Kylie.
I don't know. The
That'd
thing
be
there's
interesting.
always so much hype around the Christmas episodes that they are
Yeah.
quite disappointing in the end.
Yeah.
But they do make for good episodes.
Well, it's because Doctor Who is on like in the summer and then you have to wait like 8 months.
Yeah, like
I think that's the problem with it.
The new series with Jodie Whittaker. It's premieres in August.
Does it?
Is
What?
it this August?
So yeah. This
Oh,
August.
August.
It's like
Alright.
so many months away. It's like
Yeah.
September. Well, it's height of Christmas. It's height of Christmas. Height of the summer holidays as well. I would bring it back in
Yeah.
September.
Mm.
I mean, you either start something in September and finish it after Christmas, or you start something before the summer holidays.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, Capaldi's first episode is in August because I remember being off school for that, and I was like, "Why is it on now?"
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So what do you all think of Jodie Whittaker?
Well,
Do you know what? I think everybody gets so fussy
Yeah.
over who the next Doctor is. It's really not that big a deal. It's been happening for God knows how many years. We're on to what? She's the 13th Doctor?
Yep.
well,
14th,
13th with like
Well,
with an
13th with
asterisk.
the War Doctor
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
And I just think that, time for a breath of fresh air. Why not?
Yeah,
know?
I mean, at first when it was announced, I was a bit annoyed, but the more and more I look into Jodie Whittaker's acting career, the more and more I think, well, they couldn't have got anyone more suited to the role. Really, I think she's a great actor.
Do you know
actress.
what? Actress interchangeable. I loved her in Broadchurch. I thought she was fantastic. I've seen her in a couple of other things, and she's a perfectly good actor. So why not in this new age of diversity and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff? No,
Yeah.
honestly, I just think.
I mean,
it should just go to the best actor, whoever's going to do the role best. It doesn't matter.
I sort of knew it was coming because obviously the Master became a woman.
Yeah, that's the thing. Master became a woman, so it was like, well, when's the Doctor going to be a woman?
Yeah, and I was so annoyed with that because I was hoping it wasn't the Master because John Simm's the Master, obviously. Everyone knows John Simm is the Master.
Yes.
And I was hoping that because in the classic Doctor, there used to be like this time lady, I think she was called the Rani, and she was like as evil as the Master, but she was a woman. So I was hoping it would be her. Because it was like, oh, that's a new villain. Well, not a new villain, an old villain that I've brought back. But no, it's the Master.
I was surprised though. Like they revealed it after Wimbledon, like after the final when whoever won.
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
And I was like, what?
I get really annoyed about this. What's killing Doctor Who is the fact that they spoil who the Doctor's going to be. Like, I would wait till the regeneration
Yeah.
happens. Like, they did it with Matt Smith. They revealed him in, like, the Radio Times. And then they did that big, like, a full show of who's the
Yeah,
next
that was
Doctor
weird.
with Peter Capaldi.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was the most awkward thing ever because they obviously didn't have much to talk about. It was like, so do you like Doctor Who?
Yes.
Do you
Nice
think
to
you
meet you.
make a good Doctor? Yes, I will. I love Doctor Who. That's my Peter
I thought
Capaldi impression.
it was a good reveal
It was,
because it was obviously it was like, you know, the most watched, one of the most watched like television events in the UK. So it's perfect time to, you know, everybody pretty tune in just to see that.
Yeah, but I still think keep the Doctor secret until the regeneration has happened, and
I
then
reckon that-
everyone goes, "Oh my god!"
I think
and
that'd be
gets
too
to
hard,
Twitter.
though. Like, it would be leaked.
Yeah.
It
With,
probably would be leaked.
During Wimbledon, it's like, all right, there's nothing to leak. I imagine not knowing people
Yeah.
really know who is.
with social media and things as well. It's like, but it's also quite bad when the actor says, "Oh, I'm stepping down as the role." You just know, oh well, next Doctor's coming.
Yeah.
I think they should not reveal that as well.
Everybody's
Yeah.
immediately like, oh, who's the next person then?
Yeah, that's what's
Everyone
killing,
moves on instantly.
that's what's killing Doctor Who,
It is.
along with the bad writing.
So are we looking forward to seeing Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor?
You know what? If the show goes in a really brand new, fresh way, I mean, it's a new, fresh start with the Doctor, a new writer. Bradley Walsh is a companion.
He's a companion.
So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I really am.
I think it will be a nice breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I
for the
want to
show.
say if it's,
Yes.
if it's like a fresh start
Yeah.
from Capaldi. Like,
I think-
there's no companion to a return.
Yeah,
It's all
I
new.
think it's just
Yeah.
going to be.
That'll be good.
It's wiping the slate clean, essentially.
Yeah, it's
which is
like-
good. Which I think is what works about Doctor Who. That because you get a
Yeah.
new actor in, it does. I mean, it has become and it will become timeless.
It's like when they went from the Tennant and Davies era to the Moffat and Smith and Capaldi era.
Yeah.
Like, basically, Russell T Davies's era was forgotten because Captain Jack and all them didn't return. And now Stephen Moffat, he's finished off all his characters, you know. We had the regeneration where Clara came back and Bill
Did
came
she?
back.
Hang on, Bill left.
Oh, Bill was turned into a Cyberman, and and then this Liquid girl turned her into Liquid, and she was able to. This is another point I have about Doctor Who. Stephen Moffat hates killing off his companions.
Yeah, that's what got me.
As much as I like Jenna Coleman as Clara, she should be dead, and so should Bill. Like, stop bringing them back.
Didn't I watched that series? I didn't really know who Bill was. I saw Chris Passion. I was like, I don't know who his character is. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't. I must admit, I didn't watch any episodes of Bill in it.
She wasn't on for very long, was she?
No.
No,
It was
she-
like a year, wasn't she?
But you obviously knew that she wasn't going to come back or she was going to die because the BBC said on the news or something, oh, she's only signed a contract for one series. Don't tell us that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, don't tell us how many contracts they've signed up for.
The same thing happened with Star Wars. Daisy Ridley.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, you know, the next film's going to be my last one.
She
It's
could,
like, what? Oh, what's
she
she
could
leaving?
die in episode 9 because she says she doesn't want to do a 10, 11 and
Well,
12.
she only signed for 3 films.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's like, don't tell us about your contract because then we know that you're going to definitely leave.
Same with some Marvel films. There was like Scarlett Johansson signed on for like the Black Widow film. Well, that could be a prequel. We assumed. I was saying like, you know, she obviously signed on for more films, so she won't die in Infinity War.
Yeah,
But it could be a prequel.
could be.
Oh.
We've pulled up the Doctor Who average ratings from 2005 2017.
It's for TV premieres for each series of the Doctor Who from the new modern era.
Yes. So
Right.
series 1 that aired in 2005 had 7.9 million viewers,
It's a lot.
which is considerably higher than series 10, which aired in 2017, having 5.5 million viewers.
Yeah.
Wait, how many did you say 2005 had?
7.9 million viewers.
Oh. Yeah, Doctor Who's on the decline.
So that's right.
That's why they need this fresh start.
Yeah.
Series 2 is Tennant, isn't it?
Yes.
It tells you. So series
Yeah,
1
but-
was Eccleston, and then series 2 through to 4. Yeah.
And then he had a few
What?
like specials.
What happened in Series 4?
Oh, I can't remember.
Series 1 was 7.9. Series 4, which is after Tennant's premiered, was 8 million viewers. It's the highest views.
Yeah, Series 4 was after...
Was Series 4 the sequence of sort of like just... we talked about them earlier. Just like these 2 episode things where they'd go out very intermittently. Because there was a time when, I think during Tennant's era, where they didn't make a full series and like put it out every single week. It was a bit more...
Series 4, the first episode started where there was like the
Voyage
fat
of the
monsters.
Planet of the Ood.
And then you had the Sontarans, you had the...
no, to be honest, I think that was just the best episode.
You had the book piranhas, or whatever they
Well,
call them.
Scroll down.
A lot of episodes we've mentioned. A lot of episodes we've mentioned were in this series.
Yeah.
The Wasp and the... What was it called? The Unicorn
and the Wasp.
That's the Doctor's Daughter's the... I have it on iTunes, it was free for some reason. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll have that.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a nice new breath of fresh air for the series.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, new writers. Not that the writers did badly. It was just it needs a bit of.
No, they did do quite badly.
It needs regenerating.
But hey.
I shut myself out.
Yeah.
It does though.
It does. It does need it. I think because of the uniqueness of the show, it really does need to keep it alive and to keep it going and to keep it interesting. It does need to have every so often a complete new slate, which is sad, but that's what Russell T Davies said in the end. He didn't want to. Like anything, you do too much of it and the ideas just run out. I mean, look at Sherlock,
Yes, definitely.
So I think I'm definitely going to tune into this one. I know I didn't watch the last episode of the Christmas special, but I feel like I'm just going to sit down and watch the new series.
You wouldn't need to
new,
because it's a complete refresh.
Exactly, that's what I'm like. I think hopefully it'll bring in that new generation of Doctor Who fans because I think, especially for me, when this came out in 2005, I was the ideal age for Doctor Who. All right, maybe I was a little bit young, but it was very much what I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
And I kind of grew up with Doctor Who. And so I really hope that it does pick up again. Because, at the end of the day, it's an excellent show.
It is.
Overall, I mean, each episode obviously has its good points, its bad points, or each series has its good points, its bad points, but as an overall series or show, it's pretty good concept.
Yes, you'll never... It's the longest running sci-fi show.
TV series.
Yeah, TV sci-fi show. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, you could be... You could be in the Stone Age in one episode and you could be 5 billion years in the future in the next.
Yeah.
I mean, there's literally... You can go anywhere with it. That's the beauty of this show. You can do anything. You can go anywhere.
That's just different. It's only The Simpsons. Do you know Conan O'Brien is?
No.
TV host.
Oh yes.
He used to write that show like the 90s, and he said like, my character Mr. Ben's like the best character to write for because he's indefinitely rich and he's indefinitely old, so you can do whatever. You can have like a dungeon under his house. That's like that makes sense.
Yeah, you can like with the Doctor.
Same with Doctor, you just go anywhere. Do whatever you want.
Time, space is irrelevant, so you can do whatever you want to and go wherever you want to.
Yeah.
So you can do, like I always think I find them like the Into the Past episodes really interesting. And then the episodes where they go into the future, like when there was the Olympics episode, that was really cool. Especially watching that battle.
That's not the future anymore, though.
It's not the future anymore.
Did they predict that episode? Didn't they predict that?
Well, no, because I think they knew that London was hosting the Olympics in 2012.
I think it had just been announced.
So they wrote an episode around it that obviously at the time when it was aired was set in the future. Now, obviously, it's set in the past, crazy. Which I think is really bizarre.
Yeah.
Fear Her is what it was called.
Is it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had
24th of June, 2006. Day before my birthday.
2006. So yeah, that would have been announced, would it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Doctor Who has got many places to go and many things to explore, and I think the show will just continue to grow hopefully grow in popularity.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I mean, I'm going to Comic-Con tomorrow, and there's always someone at Comic-Con dressed as something from
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Who.
I have a TARDIS dress at home.
I once dressed as a
How
Sideman
does that work?
for Halloween.
I'll show you the picture, Richard. It's cool. I've met Eva Miles, who was on Doctor Who, and obviously the lead in Torchwood.
I
Got a signed autograph from her.
I went to a Comic-Con at Middlesbrough once, and I saw Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I regret not getting their autographs.
Yeah, no, I always think they're very interesting to go to. So I think we've reached the end of our document that we wrote in advance for
It
this
was.
show. Scary's
That's
villain,
planning.
Torchwood.
Yeah, Torchwood.
Do you know what? We've
Sarah
nearly
Jane.
filled an hour up. How good's that?
It's pretty good.
It's crazy, that.
Yeah, straight hour of talking.
That's real talk for you.
Well, hey,
It is real talk. So yes, this episode will be up in full on YouTube, and it will be going out on Tuesday morning at 11 with songs intermittently
Yep.
on the radio on Click T-side as per usual, and Adam and I will be back the week
after.
16th, 17th, 8th. I don't know what day. 19th.
It'll be the 20th.
19th, 20th.
Whoa.
We'll be back on the 20th for a normal episode of Real Talk for you.
Yep.
But yes, I have been Rebecca,
I've been Adam.
And I've been Richard.
and this has been Real Talk. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
I don't want to go.